It's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bakeshop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And welcome to another day of Vlogmas, and today is a very special day because we are going to be seeing another grand opening. I haven't done this in a while, but the story is basically home baker to now owning a storefront. But as in true Vlogmas fashion, the weather is frightful, as some may say, outside, and I really hope that this doesn't affect the grand opening too much because can you imagine, like, Jujar has worked so incredibly hard, and I want nothing more than all of the success for him. The minute that I walked in, this place was all abuzz with energy, but it was really interesting because I've now been to a few different bakeries before opening, and they all have a different energy to them. This one right here was very calm, and it seemed very organized, well put together, and like things were just working like a well-oiled machine. So I unfortunately did not get to talk to Jujar a lot about his baking journey, only because obviously he was busy doing a lot of different things, but I have been following him throughout the years on social media, and what's so incredibly impressive about this entire journey is he's really only been cake decorating and studying the pastry arts for a few years, and just look at this amazing talent. I will put his social media links down in the description box below as well as in a pinned comment so you can go and visit his page. If you are into stunning and elegant cakes, you're going to want to give him a follow because he does over-the-top weddings like nobody else. His kitchen space is also one that I am very envious of. It is huge, and I think this is why he has already developed such an amazing system back here. For those of you that are aspiring at-home bakers that one day want to open up a storefront, this is the classic dream, I think. And if I were to open a bakery, I really feel like I would take a lot of cues from this bakery. Just the whole setup, everything is very elegant. Some shops that I walk into, it just feels like fun and sprinkles everywhere, which is also a great feeling. This one here just feels so crisp, clean, and like I said, just pure elegance. Now, it was a little bit difficult for me to determine who was who, but I believe that Jujar had a few people that were working for him, that were staff, that are regular staff, and they're the ones that are putting together these really beautiful cupcakes, and then he had a bunch of family and friends helping him as well. How delicious does that strawberry compote look? And this is just so satisfying, watching these being piped so beautifully. And I love seeing how everybody has their own style of cupcake decorating. I really like that a lot of this is being focused on the center, but then being nice and high on top. Really an elegant look. Now, I really did want to have some real-time decorating in this video and real-time preparations in this video, which they are in real time, but we can't hear things because the music was a little bit loud, and it was a whole lot of Christmas music in this bakery, which I am all for in real life, but of course I don't want to get any copyright issues here on YouTube, so unfortunately you're just going to have to listen to my narration for the rest of the video. Now, it seemed like once I arrived, they had everything fairly under control and very well prepared. I arrived at around 11:30, and grand opening was supposed to begin at 1 o'clock, but the owner said that they had been there since 7 that morning. So everything is prepared super fresh, making sure that they're giving their customers the best quality experience. And as you can see, all of these are in boxes because these are actually pre-orders. Now, I did try to get the info on how many custom cake orders and cupcake orders they're doing nowadays, but I didn't quite get there because, again, like I mentioned, it was quite busy in here and they were working very hard. However, as you can see, they really do cater to the big events and the big parties, which just works perfectly with Jujar's style of over-the-top and super large cakes. One of the big things that I noticed was how well designed this bakery is, and I really love the touches of emerald green and sage green all over the bakery. I feel like it's a very underused color, and I really feel like it gives his bakery a really great pop. These are the red velvet cupcakes, and inside there's actually a cream cheese filling, and then on top there's even more cream cheese frosting. So if you are a red velvet lover, I really think that you need to give these a try. Now, I did end up buying a whole bunch of goodies myself because whenever I visit a bakery, although I'm not huge on sweets, I really, really love it when bakeries put out specialty dessert items that you can't get anywhere. And I think in order to get a true feel for what this bakery is like, I've got to eat every single dessert. Now, I didn't end up getting every single thing, but I definitely got these cupcakes with the macaron on top. Who could resist? They just look so, so perfect. Here the owner, Jujar, is just mixing up a little bit of whipped cream, and he's going to put them on top of these delicious opera cakes. I can't wait to show you guys all of the desserts that I have so that I can try them for you on camera, but these have a beautiful lemon curd in them with an Earl Grey flavor. This was one of the few moments when I actually got to speak to the owner as he was doing, a million and one things. But one of the things that I asked him was, how long did this entire journey take you to open up a bakery? And he said that from start to finish, it kind of took about 2 years to get this whole thing going. And from what I can tell from his Instagram stories and his Instagram reels, this really has been a family-oriented project where everybody seems like they were all hands on deck. And I just think that's so important when you're going into such a big endeavor. And I think this is also super inspiring. I think sometimes we think that these projects will happen very quickly or within a few months' time. And for some people, it does happen like that. Like my friend who owns the bakery that I often film at, she kind of got the ball rolling really, really quickly for herself. But that was because somebody already owned the bakery and then she took it over and just started doing kind of her own thing. Whereas when I think you're building it from the ground up, it really is just a massive endeavor that feels completely different than taking over someone's bakery. By the way, how amazing did these look? I believe these were mango mousse with some sort of cardamom flavoring in them. One of the big things that I noticed at Jujar's Bakery is that there is a lot of spice mixed in with that sweet, which is exactly what his sign said at the beginning there, and I really, really love that. I think it's really interesting that this bakery is launching so close to Christmas time, and he's already giving a really beautiful Christmas flair to all of his pastries and sweets in the showcase. So here we've got some trees being put on, and I believe he's using a French tip here, and I love the colors that he's using on all of his desserts. They're just a little bit different, and I really think that he has done such a good job of creating what his brand is going to particularly look like. Another thing that he's doing at the bakery is offering savories, which I am very much into. As someone who is not super into sweets myself, I think it's great when bakeries offer savory options just because then, you get the whole family out and somebody maybe doesn't want to have a cupcake. Now you can have these options here, and I believe these were jalapeno cheddar biscuits. They just smelled phenomenal. The whole bakery smelled phenomenal. It was like one section you would go to, and you would get this really great savory puff pastry smell, and then you would go to another part of the bakery, and you just smell the mocha buttercream. And I was just really impressed with the different array of goods that he was offering. As somebody who came from a background where the place that I worked at really only served cupcakes and cakes, it's very fascinating to me when I see so many different ingredient components coming together. Shout out to these ladies at the front, by the way. I am so disappointed that I never actually got their names because they were just so fantastic to work with. I asked them to shoot things over and over again just so I could get the right shots, and they were such good sports about it. So thank you very much. And they were here packaging cookies, and they were also handling the front as well. One thing I also want to note is there are a lot of eggless options at this bakery as well, which is fantastic for our community. There are a lot of people that don't eat eggs, and he really has made it a point to make sure that he has those eggless options and gluten-free options in place. Also, I cannot wait to try this peanut butter cookie with potato chips in it. I love sweet and salty combinations, so I am looking forward to that. And how delicious do these eggless chocolate chip cookies look? Like I said, Mann Co has literally chosen all of the things that I would do if I were opening up a bakery. I love all of the branded stuff that he has. This cart here is so, so beautiful, and I love that he's already made it festive. It's just a showstopper in the bakery. He also has some really great chocolate offerings as well, and of course, hot chocolate bombs all over the place. And I think he's done a few different flavors here, and he also has different ways of comboing items as well as selling them individually. And he's got these really great sprinkles too. I love the multicolored ones that are a little bit matte. They're just so pretty, and he put them on his cupcakes, which just looked fantastic. And the fridge cake options are like options that I don't see that often. I think there's so much detail and care and effort in these, and I did get to speak to Jujar about this, and he said that one of the things that he really wanted to do with the fridge cakes was make them affordable but also really pretty and elegant and unique. And I love the little acrylic disc on every single cake. It just makes your customer, I think, feel like they're getting something special, which they are, and he's allowed his team to be creative with those. I kid you not that these pretty much sold out before I left, and they were sold out even 5 minutes before the grand opening actually started. People started trickling in a little bit because we had the door open. People were coming in and out. So even before it was officially opened, he had already sold a ton of things, and those cookies were a big seller. Also, I just want to give a huge shout out to our baking community in general in this area in BC. We are all such advocates for one another. We've all seen each other on social media. So as soon as somebody opens up a bakery, we're just so excited. And that was my friend Rachel, owner of Happy Cakes, that you just saw looking at the cakes earlier. We all came. Corey from Hey Cake This also came to check out the bakery. I'm sure other people came to check out the bakery as well. And yeah, they were giving samples too. Like, come on, who would miss this when they're giving delicious samples? A really good balance of flavor and not too sweet at all. And fun fact, this was the first thing that I'd eaten all day. I also just want to point out just the calm demeanor that Jujar had the whole time, but he was also very meticulous about what his product was looking like. Clearly a true artist, and he loves what he does. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Speedy fam. Right now, I'm uploading every single day for Vlogmas, so be sure to come back tomorrow to see what Christmassy thing I have to show you next. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. And also a big thank you to Mann Co for allowing us into your bakery life and allowing us to film your amazing experience. Bye!